Hello, my name is Mike, and welcome to Don's Adventure. This game has a pretty lengthy backstory behind it, but I'll just start off by going through the game. We'll go through the game first. It's a very short game, so we'll go through the game from start to end. It shouldn't take too long, and then we'll talk about what makes this game such an important part of my history, and probably a couple other people's history too. This might be their first foray into the RPG Maker world. For those of you who don't know, RPG Maker is a type of software that allows you to make your own video games. And back in the day, this is pretty much how most people made their video games. Back before digital distribution was a thing, they would just make games with this RPG Maker program and share it amongst their friends or just the community in general. But enough of me talking, let's just start playing. Choose your language, Russian or English. We are obviously going to be going with English, since that's what I'm speaking right now, and also I don't know much about the Cyrillic alphabet. Okay! And here it is, a custom-made title screen, Don's Adventures. It might seem underwhelming now, but back in the early 2000s, this was pretty impressive. This is all used with stock RPG Maker graphics. This is all with the RPG Maker program. It's all these art assets come with the program. So it's nothing too visually amazing. We have a cat down here we can talk to. Meow! Are you Don Miguel? Meow! Yup, my mom chose this name. But who are you, Fluffy? My nick is Marcus. Get this treasure map and try to use it. You must be in the castle. Hurry up! And then he joins my party, and we can see if we look at the menu, we have Don Miguel, whose class is Programmer, and Marcus, who is the cat. We are both level 1. For some reason, this cat's got more health than me. Doesn't feel like that should be the case. I've got no skills, being Don Miguel. I wouldn't say that. Don Miguel is a very skilled guy. But the cat doesn't have any skills either. I have an iron sword, a generally widely used iron sword, and armor made with robust cloth. And the cat has a claw. Actually, the cat's got more attack strength than I do with my sword set. That fluffy cat's one tenacious cat, apparently. Do I have any items? I have a map. Shows the treasure map. And you can see it's got the map right there. The cliffside, the waterfall, the castle, and the mountains. Or the cave. We'll just close that. We don't need that. And we'll just keep adventuring. We've reached the top of the cliff. Didn't take too long. Yep, it's pretty standard. And we got this blue rock here. It was the water stone. Meow. Thanks, Marcus. And we have destroyed the water stone. And in doing so, we have changed the weather and the music. The weather is now rainy. And the music is a lot more relaxing. That 8-bit, 16-bit music was kind of obnoxious, if I'm being honest. But that's the kind of music we listened to back in the day. And here is the waterfall area. Yes, thanks to that map, we know this is the waterfall area. Also the waterfall. And we have a boat here. We can't go into the deep water over here, but we can go on this shallow water over here. That was a fun boat ride. Oh, we have a random battle, being an RPG, and of course, being that this is a old school RPG, we have slimes to fight. We can do auto battle and let them do their own thing, but we'll fight manually. Don Miguel, attack, since you don't have any tech skills. And Marcus, the cat, we don't have any control over. He is set to auto battle. We took a little bit of a hit there, but that's not a big deal. Just keep attacking the slime. Slime collapses. We won a combat. 6 XP, and we found 10 GP money. Hooray for us. Let's talk to the civilian down here. Little orange-haired, pigtailed girl with glasses. Her name is Helen. Yo, Don Miguel. I have got cool compass. I can sell it to ya. Oh, but I don't have 10 GP money, so I can't buy it right now. Oh, apparently I did have 10 GP money. Oh, good. So now I have the map and the compass. So now I can use the map, and sure enough, the compass is flashing, telling us we are by the waterfall. We'll just close that again. We don't need to see that anymore. Alright, we'll just keep on going. I think we're going to keep going down. Yep, and there's the dog. Let's talk to the dog. Don't question why there are talking animals in this game. But first, we have another random encounter. No big deal. We'll just run away. We don't have to deal with that one. Yo, dog, come back here.
Bow wow, your name is Don Miguel, right?
Where are you from, Smarty Nose?
You knows, I'm a common dog, but you are special, man. I have searched for you whole my life. My nick is Flayed.
Wow, whole life, but Flayed, how are you old?
Well, I'm big enough, and I'm almost 2 months.
And now, Flayed has joined our party as well. So we have Don Miguel, the programmer, Marcus the cat, and Flayed the dog. Apparently, the dog has a robe. The dog is wearing a robe made out of fine silk. I'm gonna take that off and put that on me. Actually, no. My cloth armor is weaker than the robe the dog is wearing. The cat can put on the robe as well. There you go. I have given the dog's robe to the cat. Just RPG things, right? And here's a horse. We can't recruit the horse. That would be silly, obviously. It's just a horse. We're just gonna keep going down a little bit further. This is actually not too bad. This stock music, it's definitely stock, but it's not all bad. And into the new area. We can't move diagonally, so we just go left, right, left, right. This is the cave area, yes. There's nothing down here. We can check out the stump of the rock. Ooh, snakes are fighting. We don't want to fight snakes. They can poison us. And we don't have any antidotes. Can't interact with the rock or the stump, so we're going to go into the cave. Ooh, lava rocks. This is enjoyable music. I could get into this music. And now we're moving these stones out of the way so we can keep on passing through. I don't know what this is. Looks like some kind of fossil, maybe? There's no way to interact with it. And I can't push the boulder on it to do anything. So we're just gonna ignore that. This is a boulder puzzle. It might take a little bit to get through it, but I already know the solution. Just push that boulder out of the way. And ignore these bats that we're fighting. What is this, Pokemon? We don't have to fight these Zubats. Just get them out of the way. And push the rock behind this rock. There you go. And now we can keep on going. Skeleton. Yes, it wouldn't be a classic RPG without being constantly interrupted by random battles we don't want to deal with. Skeleton? No interaction with that. It's just decoration. Vine? Same thing. No interaction. And here we are, the fourth and final area. The castle. Stay back! Said the guard. And then I did. What's up with you? Stay back! Okay. There is nothing we can do with those guards. They're just telling us to stay back. But I know... Wait, can we even go through the front door? I don't think we can. Nope. There's no message that's telling me we can't go through the front door, but it's not open, so we're gonna have to sneak in the castle. Lucky! Shit! That rope is short!
Jump on my back.
Okay, I will just use you at... and then I just completely not use you as... Yeah, okay. Thanks to my fluffy bro. Flayed, see you later. I bet you can sneak into the castle easily. And then over the railing, here we go. And we are now in the courtyard of the castle. We can go into the inn, the pub. Only 20 gold points to rest here. Do you wish to rest here? I do, but I have no gold points. So I can't. Maybe some other time. And the pub, I don't have any money, so they might not be happy to see me. Hello, how are you? Question mark says, ellipses, ellipses. Not much to say there. Yo, barkeep! Got anything on the house? Ellipses, ellipses. Nope. These guys have nothing to say. Anything with a clock? Nope. Nothing with a clock. See you later! Just sit back and enjoy this stock music. It's not bad. The item shop. Oh, you look sad. What's up, lady? She has nothing to say. What about this book over here? Nothing. Not a thing with the book. This shield over here is glowing. Ooh, don't touch it. I touched it. It keeps sending me back. That's a hot furnace, it looks like. I thought it was a shield at first, but I think it's just a hot furnace. Yeah, it's a hot furnace. And that's all we can do in here. Nothing down here, although that graphic seems to be out of place. I don't know if that's normally like that, or maybe... Keep in mind, this game is about 2 decades old at this point, so there are going to be some visual glitches every once in a while. Sometimes the screen flashes black a little bit, it seems, but I don't know if that's part of the game design. Maybe it was poorly constructed back in the day, or maybe it's just not handled the transition to modern day too well. Either way, we'll just see if there's anybody else here to talk to. I don't see anybody. There's a nice pond over here. Oh, and a well. Probably can't interact with it. Doesn't seem like it. Just a pretty visual. Made with stock images. And right to the front door. Don Miguel, you must speak with King. He sent me for you, and hurry up. I'll search for our flea garden flayed. Meow chow. And the cat has left the party as well. Wait, where you go, crazy cat? And yes, you can definitely tell this is in very, very, very broken English because the guy who made this game primarily spoke Russian. And we are in the castle proper, all the guards. Not much to do here. You can look around. Can't even go into these rooms, but you can see them from the outside. Hello, guard in blue armor. Stay back! All these guards have nothing interesting to say. Queen doesn't want to talk to me. Neither does bodyguard. Your Highness, you sent Marcus the cat for me, and
Marcus, who is it?
guards! And that's all he has to say at the matter. And yep, nothing to say. That's it. And there's not much else we can do here. There's just one more thing we can interact with, I think. And that's this rope here. Ring in the bell. 2 rings. 3, 4, 5. Now the king is looking in our direction and he seems a little annoyed. 6, 7, 8, 9. Every time we pull this rope, he jumps up and down. Maybe he's happy we're doing this. 10.
Bring him to the prison!
I suspect maybe he's not happy. And all the guards gather around me. And we're about to be thrown into prison, I think. I don't think I can move. Nope, I can't move. This is a cutscene. This is a cutscene made with RPG Maker 2 decades ago. Sure enough, I'm getting thrown in prison because I rang the king's bell 10 times without his permission. Well, I am the king's prisoner now. Can't interact with the door. I'm trying, but I can't open it or talk to the guard. But there is a bucket here, so, yep. Hello? Hello? No, I can't interact with the hole. I hear the dog barking. Maybe my pet Flade will come up here. And the bucket is now down here. Can't interact with it, really. I hear dog barking, but I don't see no dog. Here's dog!
Ruff, jump in!
Okay, and now we are escaping underground in the sewers of the prison. Ugh, we are now under the prison, and it's just me and the dog, I believe. Dog is in my party. Yep, there we go. Flay the dog and Don Miguel the programmer. We're getting close to the end, I think. I think I see my pet cat down there. Hello. Oh, hold on. A random battle we have to run away from. These are definitely the least interesting parts of the RPG Maker games. There's nothing in that chest. Oh, I take it back. There was 10,000 gold in that chest. Vast difference there. Hello, cat. Hooray! Here you are. Let's go outside. And we have now gotten all of our party members back. And it's a good thing, too, because it looks like there might be a boss battle coming up. Anything hiding behind this rock? No? Anything behind this rock? No. We have no choice. Time to fight this guy.
Zombie says, ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. To be or not to be. Lol. Fighto.
Oh, he's got a twin brother, too. 2 zombies emerge, but we have preemptive attack. We have first attack. We still don't have any tech skills. We could defend. No items to use either, so just attack, I guess. Don Miguel attacks the enemy. They lost 5 health. Nope. We're probably not... I'm pretty sure this is a scripted battle that we lose, because the zombies are very strong, yes. We're taking a lot of damage, and we're not doing a whole lot of damage. Zombie, 1 health is lost. Good grief. I lost 28 health, and Don Miguel has fallen. Marcus dodges, zombie dodges, Flade attacks, zombie lost a little bit of health. And since I was only controlling Don Miguel, I really have no choice in what can happen now. They're all set to auto battle, so they're just gonna keep fighting until either one side wins. The zombie attacks, Marcus loses a lot of health, Marcus has fallen, the party has perished. Normally that would be a game over, but this was a scripted loss. Zombie says, "My joiner, you, And now the zombie has joined our party as well. His name is Bhutan. He is a zombie punk. His skills are nothing, but he's level 8, and we know he's a tough fighter. What do you got in your equipment? You got bear claws. Claws as strong as a bear. I can't take them off him. Nope. Can't take his fine silk robe or his plain hat. Nope. Got nothing I can take from him, but now we have a full party. Wow, look, I just found Flying Stone. Rub it when we'll go out. All right, will do, Marcus. Thank you for that. Ah, yes, the classic staple, an RPG open world. Or as open as you can be on this tiny island. Well, let's just do what the cat says. Use the Flying Stone to call an airship. Oh, there we go. Take a look at that cutscene. We summoned an airship. Yes, and now the classic music that we kind of started with and was kind of annoying. Hello, dog. I will wait for you here. Oh, we have just removed him from our party. We could re-recruit him too. I'd like to help you. Okay, so when they're in translucent form like this, partially visible, it means they're in our party, but we can put them out of our party and leave them on the ship by talking to their ghost form. I will wait you here. Yes, you do that. Inside this, we find the Marcus the cat. Hello, Marcus. Actually, Marcus is in our party. Let's drop him off. I will wait you here. You do that, Marcus. I'm gonna go see who else I can recruit. Down here in the bowels of the ship. Hey, it's Helen. How can I help you? Oh, she's the shopkeep. Well, I do have 10,000 gold now. We have potion that recovers 50 health. Teardrop recovers 250. Magic ether. Miracle drop. Phoenix down. A Final Fantasy staple. Antidote, which cures poison, and Omni Antidote cures all bad conditions. Pocket Shelter!
Pocket shelter.
Unusable in battle. Yep, and Gimli will join us. Okay, Gimli is a recruitable party member. Gimli is a gnome. He has axe, heavy shield, light armor, steel helmet, and bandana. Increases his attack by 5. Any skills? No skills. Who are you? Here in the dining area of my ship. Patrick. Patrick will join. All right, fine. We'll have Patrick, Zombie, and Gimli as our crew members. Patrick is a peacemaker. He has no skills. His equipment, he has none. No equipment on Patrick either. Can I sleep in the bed? I have recovered all of my status. All of my hit points have been restored. Not that I was missing any. What a spiffy airship. And we can jump up with that nice and quick. And this guy right here kind of looks like that one guy from Final Fantasy VIII, that hot-headed punk kid. Ah, he's the pilot. He's allowing us to fly the airship. That's where we started, all right. Remember the waterfall? Oh, that was good times. And the castle. How could you forget the castle? Yeah, now we're on a different landmass here. What we got around here? Broken down castle. We could check that out. Purple lake. Oh, that could be deadly. I doubt that's full with Powerade. And now we can walk around this area. Let's go into the ruins. What do we got here? Nothing. We can't interact. Well, we can get thrown into a random battle with a couple of Mystic Knights. Bhutan, our zombie, attacks the enemy, does a lot of damage. Mystic Knight collapses the enemy. There we go. There we go. Gimli attacks. Ah, we're being attacked by the Mystic Knight. Yep. Don Miguel attacks the enemy. I couldn't control the animals, but I can control these guys. Patrick has no skills. Yep, that's true. Very well. Just all do your basic attacks. Mystic Knight has collapsed. We won another combat. We found another 100 gold. I raised a level. Good job, Don Miguel. The end! That was the end of the game. Thanks for playing Don Miguel's Adventure. I guess it's just called Don's Adventure. That was a pretty good game, right? Not really. Thank you for playing. Check out this web address. It's probably defunct by now. You probably don't want to go to that address. It's probably full of like porn or spam or something like that. It's probably a bad website to go to. Don't bother typing that in. So why did we just play this terrible, terrible game? What is the significance of this game? And the answer was that this wasn't a game. It was a tutorial. Let me take you back a little bit. Back to when the Wild West of the internet was in full force. No one had heard of RPG Maker. No one knew this game existed in the Western world. There was a man named Don Miguel who translated the Japanese version, or maybe the Russian version. I've never been too sure on that. He translated it into English and distributed it, illegally of course, to everyone who was interested in making games. And I was one of those people. So me and a bunch of other people decided to make RPG Maker games with the RPG Maker program. We were all making our own Final Fantasy knockoff games and unique games. Most of them were using stock assets. We'd rip music from Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger, and we'd take visuals from all these other SNES games. We'd all throw them together and try and make our own custom games. It was bad. It was the deviant art of game making, but we were all really, really terrible at it. But we had a lot of fun. And when Don Miguel distributed this software to everyone to use, he also included this game, Don's Adventure. And it was a tutorial on how to make games. We'll start again and we'll go through it piece by piece, show you exactly what I mean by that. The real reason that this game exists is to teach you how to make games with RPG Maker. Don was kind enough to include this game and shows off the very basic functionality of the game. You can see right now we're walking on the grass, on the long grass. These are two separate tiles, but they have the same function. They are just tiles you can walk on. It's nothing too special. We also have impassable terrain, like this rock here, or this rock here, or the bottom of this, I guess you could say, tombstone. So those are a different kind of tile. And you can open this entire thing open in the RPG Maker program, and it'll show you, if you click on these tiles, it'll show you exactly what makes them passable, exactly what settings you need to make this tile walk on uponable, and what makes this tile unable to be traversed. You can't walk through the rock, you can't stand on top of the rock, so those are the settings for the rock. You just open this all up inside the RPG Maker program and see exactly what it is. And it's kind of important, because it's not exactly clear sometimes exactly how to do it. You see this tombstone here, it's not one item. This tombstone is made of two tiles. One tile you can't walk through, right here, and one tile that's, I guess you could say, a sky layer. It's always going to be above you and you can walk through it. You're technically walking through it. It looks like you're walking behind it, but when you're making games, that's a tile. And that's a tile that's got to be set to be a sky tile or something like that. So it's a very useful program. This game is a very useful program for learning how to use the RPG Maker system. You talk to a cat, and that triggers you to jump up and down once. You go through a little bit of dialogue here. It's important to see this dialogue. If you try and add too much dialogue at once, it runs off the bottom of the screen or just gets cut off. So it's difficult to know exactly how much text you can fit in a text box. That takes a bit of trial and error. My name is Marcus, and the cat walks a couple steps to the right, jumps back towards you, disappears, you jump up, and now the cat has joined your party. And you can look at all of the scripting that makes that possible. Each movement is something that needs to be scripted, so it scripts the cat to walk once, twice, 3 times, jump, move, descend, disappear, and then Don Miguel himself jumps up and then jumps down. So that's all programmed. You can see exactly what you need if you want to do something like this in your own game. It's not exactly as simple as it might seem. Very useful things here. And of course, the trees are talking about, like I said earlier, you can't walk through the bottom of this tree. The bottom of that tree is it's a non-traversable tile, but the top of the tree, yeah, it's a sky tile. And that's right here, this tile right over here that I'm looking at right now, that'll take you into the next area, the next loading area. And the rock right here, it changes the music and changes the weather. Shakes the screen, changes the weather, changes the tile, triggers, Marcus to say it was the Waterstone meow. So all of that stuff is scripted to happen, and you can open it up in the RPG Maker program and see exactly what lines of code you need to do. So if you want to make a game where you do something that changes the weather, maybe you cause a catastrophic event, it starts raining non-stop, you can figure out how to make something like that happen. Of course, non-traversable tiles, and a ladder tile which is traversable. And the RPG Maker system is really very, very basic as well. This is the default program that comes with the system. It's really nothing much to say. You spend 5 minutes in the RPG Maker program, you can figure out how to make those. Those pretty much come default. Ships aren't always easy to understand because, yeah, it's a vehicle. Vehicles, you'd think they'd be traversable, but they're also a very different thing. Here we have Helen here, programmed to walk back and forth. You can check out her programming, her very, very basic AI programming that teaches her to walk back and forth, back and forth. And of course, it opens the shopkeeper interface. Yo, Don Miguel, I got a compass. And you can buy a compass, but I did not pick up any gold because I didn't fight in any battles. Speaking of which, opening up the map is also a thing that gets taught in this. That's a very custom-made graphic. That does not, I'm pretty sure that does not come with this game. He made his own custom artwork, and that's how you make it appear on screen. Good job, Don. Pardon me, we have another random battle to run away from. Zach is always complaining about how random battles are so frustrating, and I get it. Back then, that was the best we had. Get off my back. I know they're obnoxious now. They weren't nearly as obnoxious, or maybe we were just used to it back then. And you can see that as I entered this new area, Don Miguel automatically walked down like this, down to the right, 3 or 4 paces. You can check out the programming and see what makes him do that as well. And we can see that the dog actually has an attack called the Elemental Power of Fire. I didn't check that earlier, but the dog has a tech skill. So I guess you could say that Flayed the dog is a mage dog, which I guess also kind of explains why he's got a robe. Yep, he's got a fine silk robe because he's a mage dog. So in battle, even though you can't really control this, he does attack enemies with the power of fire. And you can see You can open this up in the RPG Maker program and see how to give characters spells. So it's teaching you the basics of how to create different characters with different unique abilities. And of course, a new loading screen. And it teaches you how to change the color, the tint of the screen. It makes the game redder. It gives a little bit of a mood lighting. Movable objects. Yep, these are very basic, very, very basic. But this is how you learn. And the castle. We're back at the castle. We can't enter... I was looking at the wall, but I guess just being on that tile is what triggers the interaction. And you can probably check that out in the RPG Maker. You can check it out that the tile that triggers you to have this interaction right here is the one that you're standing on and not the one you're looking at. If I open that up in RPG Maker, I'm pretty sure that's what I'd find. And then there was a little scripted thing where I jump off and enter the courtyard. That's all programmed. You can open up in the RPG Maker program, and that'll teach you exactly how to do that. It's kind of like playing with, well, any piece of technology. You can tinker with it, break it apart, open it, see how it works, and put it back together. Not a big deal. Again, scripted, Don Miguel, yada yada yada, cat leaves the party. Back here in the castle, nothing I can really interact with, but it does teach you what variables are. A very important thing to learn. Nowadays, I know what variables are and switches are and everything, but back in the day, this is what taught you how to use switches and variables. Variables are just a number. There was a variable called rope pull times or something like that. So every time you pull this rope, it triggers that number to be increased by 1. So rope pull is now equal to 1. That's the variable. That's how the coding works. And pulling it causes the king to jump up. So you do it 2 or 3 more times. See, you see how the queen here and the bodyguard turned about on the 3rd pull? That means that this person has coding so that when rope is pulled equals 0, she's facing forward. But when it's 3 or more, she faces left. And same thing for this person right here. So I'll pull it one more time. I think I've already pulled it 4 times? 5 times. Okay, so on the 5th time, the king turns to the left. So if rope equals pulled times 0, king is looking straight forward. If rope is pulled 5 times or more, looks left. That's how variables work, and that's the purpose of this whole exercise. The entire point of this very, very, very simple game is to teach you the basics of how coding worked, because back then, none of us knew how. Every time you pull the rope, the king is programmed to jump up, and on the 10th pull, that triggers me to be sent to the prison. And this little cutscene plays, of course, where all the guards move into position, and all the other guards seem to have some kind of alteration of their AI where they walk towards me, but not to a specific point. It's good to know that different kinds of AI programming, too. And here we are. We kick the bucket. We can't interact with it, but it does start a timer for Flayed to show up. We hear the bark after about 5 seconds, so after 5 seconds, bark equals yes or something like that. And then 10 seconds later, there goes another bark. And I think after maybe 15 seconds or maybe even 20 seconds, the dog will appear. There we go. And now we can talk to the dog. So that's just teaching you how timers work. You can go into the code and see how timers work. This is the entire point of the exercise. Hello. Good to see you, Flayed. Yes, I will jump in. Thank you. Yes, right here. This battle right here, it shows you how to do more than just random battles. These are triggered battles, which take different scripting. Also, when you do this specific battle, there are boxes you can check, things you can change in the programming so that when you lose this battle, it's not a normal game over. You can trigger something else to happen, and sure enough, when we lose this battle, he joins our party, which is not what normally happens. Normally you go to a game over screen and it boots you back to the start menu, but this is teaching you how to do something else with a game over. So we just quickly lose to the zombie friend here. Yeah, to be or not to be. Low fight though, and then we'll lose to him in the fight. We can run away safely though, apparently. And either way, he does join us. So there we go. The Flying Stone. Ah, yes, we just found the Flying Stone. And you can see as we left this little cave here, which not programmed to let us back in, but you can see as we exited, the screen got brighter. That's something else that's programmed too. You can change the lighting of the programming and everything. So now again, we have the item, Flying Stone. That's not a normal item. It triggers the airship graphic to appear and grow and descend at the same time, giving the illusion that it's descending upon you. Plays that little effect. And now we have boarded or rather been transported to a new map. We are now on a map, and of course we've got these characters walking around. They're translucent. You can go into the program, it'll show you how to add and remove party members by talking to the shadows. Sorry, but your party is full. Yes, it's good to be able to script that. If you have a full party and you don't have the proper coding, and you try and force them to join your party, then I'm sure that will cause a lot of different problems. And that's the entire point of this game. Don's Adventure. Just really more of a tutorial than anything. It's part of my history, part of my legacy. I played this game, and I'm sure a lot of people played it back in the day, back when we were first learning how to use RPG Maker. If this little game didn't exist, a lot of other games wouldn't exist. I'm sure a lot of people had their first foray into game development with RPG Maker 2000, back when that was an illegally distributed software. And thanks to little games like this, we figured out how the programming works and we were able to make our own games. My games were all terrible. They don't exist anymore. They've been lost to the ether of time. But there are a lot of games out there that were quite quality games. I think that's it for me for now. Thanks for joining me on this little nostalgic trip here. I know this game, it doesn't look impressive, and maybe you had a laugh looking at this very, very old game made by one person in about, 20 minutes? This game is not very complex at all, but it was a very, very useful tool for a lot of people back in the day. We got these little transparent clouds, little probably PNG images or bitmap images flying over the screen. Very useful things to know when you're trying to make your RPG Maker game. That's it for me for now. I'll talk to you again some other time. Until then, my name is Mike, and this has been Don's Adventure, a blast from the past, 2 decades old. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry, I just tried to use the Flying Stone while I'm on the airship, and it looks like there's a contingency plan for that as well. He's already on it. The stone is not a toy. Leave it alone. Nice.